This is not a night to just remember the past. When done properly, the past, your history, is the guide to the future. You are the dots on the map that connect us from all that was great then to all that is great now. Because you are the story of Missouri Western. Not in the past tense, not what made it special, but what makes it special. Sure, your time here created memories that will last a lifetime. But this goes beyond a lifetime. Your legacy now lives forever. That's the undeniable power that lies in the title of Hall of Fame.
Everybody stay together.
History, tradition, it isn't the preservation of ashes, it's the worship of fire. We're here tonight to thank you for lighting the way.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2024 Hall of Fame induction ceremony. My name is Curtis Zahn, and I'll be your MC this evening. On behalf of Griffon Athletics and the Hall of Fame Committee, we thank you for joining us tonight to honor Macon, Natalie, Troy, Cassidy, Brett, Grant, and two teams, the 2013 Griffon baseball team and the 2016 Griffon softball team. We will be recognizing our Missouri Western Hall of Fame weekend title sponsor, Rogers Pharmacy. Since 2017, Rogers Pharmacy has been a Griffon Athletics Hall of Fame title sponsor. The Hall of Fame room across campus is a tangible result of their past generosity created to honor Griffon athletics and greats in a permanent way. Thank you to Mel Rogers, Benny Rogers, and Kurt Clark. We ask you to please look at the inside front cover of your Hall of Fame program. Let's take a moment to thank our 9 sponsors who purchased tables to this event. They are listed on the inside front cover of the program. The financial support of all our partners allows us to provide a first-class event for our inductees each year. Let's give them a hand, please. It's now my pleasure to welcome Senior Associate Athletic Director for External Relations, Mr. Ryan Minley, to the podium.
I know this group was down there having a good time, so we can be a little bit louder and more rambunctious in here. It's fine. Welcome home, Griffs. Welcome home. I am pinch hitting for our Director of Athletics, Andy Carter, tonight. He could not be here this evening. He is contagiously ill to the point where we're like, stay home, it's okay. So he sends his regards and his respects and his congratulations. But honestly, personally, if that had to happen, I couldn't be more thrilled to stand in this place, and it is for selfish reasons, guys. As someone who has been around Griffon Athletics, give and take, for the better part since 2002, and someone who has worked in this department for the better part, give and take, of 14 years, this 2024 class is incredibly special to me personally, and again, selfishly, because I had the pleasure of personally watching and or working with every single inductee. So I am so happy that you guys are here, and it warms my heart that everybody is back and excited to be back home. I witnessed your moments firsthand, and I could go down the list and tell stories that go beyond the slideshows and the highlights. Troy Landi, I was talking to him tonight about hitting a walk-off double on an intentional walk in an end of a game in 2007, and he doesn't even remember it. So I remember more than what, and Buzz confirmed it. So either we're both wrong, Buzz, or Troy just doesn't remember. So it's been a long time, but welcome back. The moments and memories that you created, guys, it's the stories that I now share to this current generation of Griffon coaches, staff, and student athletes, and you're just incredible human beings. You're just incredible. And it's Dr. Bird, it's great to see you. I didn't get to see you downstairs. So I'm just so happy again that that's where your history lives. Your history is not about the past. It is about the now, and that's what pushes you forward. And somebody asked me a few years ago, because obviously the faces change when you're in an institution, and I've been fortunate enough to be through a lot of changes and still be here. And people ask me, what becomes of the place when the people are gone, when all your great humans graduate? Well, we have a new bunch of great humans. They come in and they follow your lead. And so the place stays with the people, and that's why it's special. So special people make the place. And, so what becomes of the place when the people are gone? It stays standing, it stays strong, because it is you. And that you're the story of the past, you're the story of the present, you're the story of now, and you'll live forever now in our Hall of Fame. So again, welcome home to all of you. I have the pleasure of introducing the Hall of Fame head table this evening. To my far left, your right, is Mr. Grant Fink, Mr. Buzz Verduzco, Mr. Troy Landi, and Mr. Brett Esely. To my right, hold your applause. We'll be here for a long time. If we applause for all of them, we'll hold it to the end. To my right, you've already heard from our MC, Mr. Curtis Zahn, Miss Cassidy Menke, Miss Natalie Bird, Miss Jen Bagley-Trotter, and Mr. Macon Allen. Now we can have an applause. We also have some special guests who are in the attendance audience today, and I'd like to recognize and thank you for your support. From the Board of Governors, Chair Lee Tiemann. I know Lee is here. Thank you for being here. Ms. Kayla Schoonover is also here. From the President's Cabinet, Ms. Tama Wagner, Dr. Joel Heyer, and Dr. Robert Goltra are joining us this evening. Would you all please stand and be recognized if you're in attendance? Other dignitaries, please welcome St. Joseph Mayor John Josendale, Buchanan County Western District Commissioner Ron Hook, and from the St. Joseph Convention and Visitors Bureau, Executive Director Marcy Bennett Hazelrigg, also President Ryan Dahl and Vice President Cindy Daffrin. Our current group of Griffon softball student athletes are serving as your greeters and escorts this evening. Griff, stand up, be recognized. Our Hall of Fame committee thanks you for volunteering today, and we wish you all the best in your season. And I'd like to end this part of the night with just basically saying that, behind the success of any great athletic department, you have to have presidential support. It starts from the top. And Dr. Elizabeth Kennedy, our university president, is here in attendance, and she has been absolutely wonderful for this university and for our athletic department. She's helped us grow and have some unprecedented success, even in this fall, which has been great. Dr. Kennedy, I would invite you to come up and say a few words.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you all. It is my very distinct honor to welcome everyone to the 2024 Hall of Fame ceremony and dinner. This annual event is the best opportunity we have to recognize the outstanding achievements of our Missouri Western State University athletes. Now, whether you've been recognized in the past, whether you're being recognized this evening, or you are currently part of our athletics department, tonight is all about the significant and extremely valuable contributions that athletics adds to the Missouri Western State University experience. Now, having been a faculty member for so many years, when I think of how athletics enriches the collegiate experience for everyone, I often reduce down to what I view as the essence or core of athletics, and that is our student athletes. And I think about what being a college athlete might mean to them. Now, as many of you in this room know, there are lots of benefits to being a student athlete. You build lifelong friendships because once you become part of a team, you're forever part of that team. And additionally, if you think about the network that you wrap around you, the folks who are there to help and ensure that you're successful on and off the playing field, from your teammates to your coaches to your trainers to your roommates to your classmates, well, that network is really pretty vast and very, very strong. And there's also the added benefit because usually as a student athlete, more often than not, you're the coolest person in the room, right? However, we all know that being a student athlete is also far from easy. Time management can be a challenge. There is the risk of injury or just being so darn tired that you can feel it in your bones. And of course, every sport is a game with first place winners and those who come in second, alongside everyone's expectation that you and your team will always be in the first group. But even with the challenges, I'm guessing that being a student collegiate athlete is an experience that you remember forever and that one that you wouldn't trade for anything. Sort of like when we say, once a Griff, always a Griff, right? So the athletes that we honor here tonight can attest to those beliefs and statements, and we have an amazing group to recognize. This year's Hall of Fame class includes 6 individuals and 2 teams. The individuals include a football player, a golfer, a soccer player, 2 baseball players, and a guy we all know who has a love of sports running through his veins, and I consider this man an athlete.
0 athletic Thank you.
So you'll get to hear more about these very gifted athletes throughout this evening, and I am so eager to get started and a little bit hungry, and I'm sure you are too. So I just want to say thank you to the athletes and everyone being honored. Thank you for the alumni supporting them, and thank you all for supporting Missouri Western State University. Enjoy the evening.
Currently, the Missouri Western State University Hall of Fame consists of 126 individuals, 1 corporate partner, and 18 teams. Will all current members of the Hall of Fame with us tonight please stand? Thank you for joining us this evening. Now we would like to observe a moment of silence for all deceased members of our Hall of Fame. Thank you very much. We are honored to have Reverend Doug Walter, the senior pastor at Ashland United Methodist Church, joining us tonight. Reverend Walter, will you please come up and offer our invocation for the evening prior to us excusing tables for the buffet line.
You know, it is exciting to be here, and it's a great special occasion as we gather to celebrate a rich history, remarkable achievements to Missouri Western State University, and we honor those who have just exemplified excellence in their fields. They've left indelible marks on our community and beyond. And as we induct these new members into the Hall of Fame, let's take a moment and pause, reflect on the blessings that we've received, the guidance that has brought us to this moment. And in a spirit of gratitude, I would invite you to bow and pray with me. Almighty God, we thank you for this opportunity to come together as a community, united by our shared values and commitment to excellence. We ask for your blessings upon this evening's gatherings, and may your wisdom guide us as we honor the remarkable achievements of our inductees. We're grateful for the talents, for the perseverance that you've bestowed upon them, and we celebrate the impact that they've made in their lives and in the lives of others. As we recognize their dedication and the sacrifices they've made, may we also be inspired to pursue our own paths with passion and purpose. Help us to support one another in our journeys, fostering a spirit of encouragement and camaraderie that reflects your love. Lord, may this evening be filled with joy and inspiration, and may we leave here renewed in our commitment to serve and uplift one another in the spirit of leadership. It is in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
All right, who's ready to eat? All right, so the head table is going to go first, followed by the first row seated at tables 1 through 8. So we're going to exit the room through the south doors. Softball's going to help us with this, so make sure that if you have any questions, they're going to get this done. We're going to go down the hallway to Spratt 216. There are 2 buffet tables, so we want to utilize both. There'll be 4 lines, and come on back and eat, and then we'll get started with the program here in about 45 minutes or so.
Great field position. They take complete advantage. Couple plays later, Travis Partridge keeps it himself. His first of 3 rushing scores on the day, 7-0 Western. They got Max doing push-ups for every point this week. Probably
no, and he's all the way in the back of the room. So. All right, folks. We're going to get started here in a couple of minutes. Troy Landi, if you'll come back up to the table, please. Yep.
That was the one thing I was trying
They made me do it, so.
I was watching I had a timer.
You're good. You're good. They're pushing me just a little bit. No, we're good.
Sharp. Sit up straight. Sit up. Sit up straight. There you go.
Yeah. He looks pretty good in that suit. I love it. I love it. Yeah. 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 You ready? All right, folks, we're going to get back to the ceremony now. If you'll kindly grab a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, the sports of golf, football, softball, baseball, and for the very first time, soccer are all represented in this year's Hall of Fame class, as well as one longtime athletics administrator being recognized for his outstanding service to Griffon Athletics. The Hall of Fame was established in 1986 to recognize outstanding achievement by Missouri Western State University alumni, faculty, staff, and/or meritorious service in the areas of athletic achievement, coaching, or other noteworthy accomplishments in athletic-related areas. A 5-year waiting period is required for alumni selection. The award may be presented posthumously to alumni, faculty, and staff, or for meritorious service. The selection should be made on the overall career of any individual. However, it may, on occasion, be based on a single accomplishment. Hall of Fame recipients will be present during the banquet each year. Any living and able honoree is expected to be present to receive their award. Honorees will be given additional time to be present. It's only fitting that the first inductee we recognize this evening is the very first soccer athlete to ever be inducted into the Missouri Western Athletics Hall of Fame. The first 11 years of the soccer program had seen only one winning season before Cassidy Menke arrived on campus. That all changed once Cassidy hit the pitch, though, as her 3 seasons marked the winningest 3-year period in program history. Cassidy came to Missouri Western as a highly decorated player from a St. Louis soccer family. The 2015 graduate of Fort Zumwalt North High School was a 4-year letter winner for the Panthers, earning second-team all-conference honors as a freshman. Menke was the Panthers' Offensive Player of the Year in 2 of her 4 seasons. In 2015, Cassidy claimed both GAC Central Player of the Year and first-team All-State honors. Her performance was rewarded with a Division I scholarship to Arkansas State. Fate then intervened, and Menke found her way to Missouri Western following a preseason ankle injury that severely limited her playing time for the Red Wolves. Cassidy contributed to many firsts in the 3 years of wearing black and gold. Menke was an integral part of putting the team into contention for an MIAA title, as well as hosting and then winning an MIAA postseason game. Menke's scoring streak to start the 2017 season was instrumental in the Griffon's first ever top 25 ranking. Cassidy is the first Griffon soccer player ever named to the MIAA first team. The 2017 team won 17 games, unsurpassed in program history. Coach Chad Edwards said she impacted every game because she had a point per game in her career. Menke holds not only the top 2 single-season ranks for shots on goal and game-winning goals, she also has the top 3 spots for goals scored with 15, 11, and 9, ranked first, second, and third all-time respectively. All records are meant to be broken, but these seem likely to endure for a while. With that type of success each season as a Griffon, it will be no surprise that Cassidy ranks number 1 in all major offensive categories. 78 points, 35 goals, 16 game-winning goals, 108 shots on goal, 1.3 points per game, and 3.8 shots per game, all rank number 1 all time. Opposing coaches, recognizing the force Cassidy was on game day, named her all MIAA first team following each of her 3 seasons. The first one, following the 2016 season, was historic for Menke and the program. Cassidy was the first soccer player ever named first team all MIAA for Missouri Western. Then in 2017, Menke earned second team all Central Region accolades from both United Soccer Coaches and D2 CCA for her contributions to the Griffons' historic 17-win season. That ended in a first ever NCAA berth. Cassidy was the epitome of true student athlete. Her on-field excellence was matched in the classroom. Menke was named to the MIAA honor roll each of her 3 years and named an MIAA scholar athlete 2 of those years. Menke's diligence in the classroom resulted in being selected the 2018-2019 Missouri Western State University Soccer Student Athlete of the Year and earning her BS degree in exercise science with a psychology minor. Cassidy went on to earn her master's degree in health sciences from Lindenwood University, graduating in 2021. Cassidy now makes her home in Florida, working for Health Pro Heritage as a wellness coordinator. She still gets her soccer fix by serving as an assistant golf coach for Gulf South Soccer Club. I said earlier, Cassidy came to Missouri Western from a soccer family. Well, they join her here tonight. Cassidy's mom, Donna, dad, David, are the very proud parents of 3 intercollegiate soccer athletes. In addition to Cassidy, brother Austin wore number 13, playing for the Iowa Wesleyan University soccer team, and sister Mackenzie lined up against the Griffons for 4 years, wearing number 25 at MIAA rival Washburn University. Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2024 Hall of Fame inductee, Miss Cassidy Menke.
Wow, thank you very much. I am incredibly honored and grateful to be here this evening, and I'm truly humbled to be recognized along such incredible individuals. This moment is not just a recognition of my achievements, but a tribute to everyone who's been a part of my journey. So first and foremost, and above all, I want to express my deepest thanks to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and God for blessing me, giving me the ability and talent to play the sport that I love, for leading me and putting me on this path, for without his guidance and strength, I would not be the person that I am today. Every achievement, every triumph has been a testament to his grace in my life, and it's through him that I have been able to pursue my passions, overcome challenges, and reach this significant milestone. None of this would be possible without him. I would also like to thank Scott and the selection committee for recognizing my contributions, believing in my journey, and allowing me to be part of such an esteemed legacy. Your praise and belief in me are deeply appreciated. And to Minley, I know I wasn't the biggest fan of being interviewed after games, but know that you played an invaluable role during my time here by creating videos and highlights that motivated and inspired our team. Your contributions made a difference, and you also gave us the gift of memories and moments we can relive time and again. Thank you. I also would not be here tonight without my teammates. We shared victories and defeats, laughter and tears, and it's through their hard work and dedication that gave me the opportunities on the field to make an impact. I could not have achieved this honor without them. Additionally, I would like to take a moment to recognize someone who has been a constant source of positivity and encouragement throughout my college career, and who was also able to join me tonight, and that's my former teammate and roommate, Sarah Collins. Your positivity and support, no matter the circumstance, uplifted not just me, but our whole team. Thank you for always being there for me, for making me laugh, and for all the unforgettable memories on and off the field. You have been more than a teammate to me, but a true friend, and I am truly grateful to have had you by my side. Another person who has made a major impact and presence on my time at Missouri Western was my coach, Coach Edwards, who is also here tonight. Your passion and dedication for coaching, for the game, and to your players was evident from my very first visit with you. The lessons I learned from you extend far beyond the field, one of which is the importance of engaging with our community to be involved and giving back. Whether it was volunteering at local schools or helping organize community events, these experiences I gained have been cornerstones of my success and enriched my life. Your unwavering belief in my potential and abilities instilled confidence in me that I still carry with me today. I will forever be grateful for the opportunity you gave me to play for you, for Missouri Western, and to be part of this amazing program. And lastly, to my biggest supporters in my foundation, my family, to my brother and sister, my built-in teammates growing up, and my best friends, thank you for practicing with and against me, for being there to suffer alongside me, to listen to me complain and cry, and for pushing me to work harder. We have fought, cried, and laughed together, creating an unbreakable bond between us, and I am eternally grateful to have you by my side, knowing that I'm never alone. To my mom, thank you for always supporting me no matter what, and for being the peacemaker when I would have a bad game. All the hours and evenings spent driving me to soccer practice, every late nights helping me with my homework, and every lesson you imparted to me have all contributed and led to this moment. You fostered my relationship with God, teaching me to always seek Him first, and I can't express how grateful I am to you for that. You are the heartbeat of our family and the glue that holds us all together, and I wouldn't be here today without your guidance. Dad, I owe you a debt of gratitude. When I would cry and say I can't, you made me go harder. You pushed me when I needed it most. Those countless hours practicing in the basement and up at the high school, it built me to last. Staying late after my team practices were over until it was too dark to see to work on my left foot so it was just as good as my right gave me the upper hand. The many hours spent watching game tapes with me and analyzing every play and moment gave me vision and different perspectives of the game. All these moments at the time may not have been my favorite, but they made a huge difference in my game and also showed me that there were no limitations to how much you cared and wanted me to reach my full potential. Together, Mom and Dad, you taught me the value of hard work, perseverance, and unconditional love. You balanced your own responsibilities and made sacrifices while ensuring I had everything that I needed to succeed. Your belief in me fueled my passion for the game, and all the hard work I put in was in part because I didn't want to let you down. I hope to make you proud, not just with this honor, but every day of my life. Looking back at my career, I can say that soccer has brought me an immense amount of joy and has had an incredible impact on my life. It was more than just a sport for me. It gave me the opportunity to travel around the country and experience different cultures and communities. It taught me the importance and value of discipline and focus that seeped into my academic pursuits and personal life. It helped me develop my character and molded me into the person that I am today. In closing, as I stand here this evening, I am filled with immense gratitude and honor and want to thank you all again for being here to celebrate this special moment with us. I would like to leave you all with a parting message, and that is, greatness and success are not measured by accolades or awards, but by the impacts that we have on the lives of others. As we strive for our own goals, let us remember to lift others up, sharing our blessings and faith. As it is written in Matthew 5:16, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. I encourage you all to seek God in your own lives, and trust in His plan, for with faith, all things are possible. Thank you.
Congratulations, Cassidy, on your selection to the Missouri Western Hall of Fame. And now we bring up Ryan Menke for our next inductee.
Real quick, 2 takeaways from that speech. Cassidy, Menke, who hates public speaking, really is a good public speaker. That was incredible. The other thing is, Chad Edwards, she really did like you. I didn't know that. She played on the opposite side of the field from you, so she didn't have to listen to you. I legit thought she didn't like you. So that's 2 things we learned today. Nice job, Cassidy. Our next inductees tonight really caught lightning in a bottle during their 2016 season that saw them claim both the MIAA regular season and MIAA postseason tournament championships. During that magical 2016 run, this Griffon team racked up 45 wins, the 3rd highest win total in program history. 23 of those wins were MIAA wins, which is the most ever in program history. On the way to their championship season, they scored 334 runs, drove in 305 RBIs, both program bests. Not only did the Griffins wrap up 2 championships, they also took home 2 of the major MIAA awards. In a stellar performance at the hot corner that season, Katie Klosterman was named the MIAA Co-Defensive Player of the Year, leading the Griffins to an undisputed regular season title and a 4-0 postseason tournament title. That's never been done before in the history of Griffin softball. Jen Bagley-Trotter, clear choice for MIAA Coach of the Year honors as well. The MIAA All-Conference team saw 9 Griffins land spots, reflecting the breadth of talent this team displayed. The Griffins had 2 first-team selections, Katie Klosterman and Morgan Rathman. The second team listed both Janie Smith and Taylor Hamilton. Rounding out the All-Conference awards were 5 Griffins named honorable mention: Shelby Atwell, Kaylee Green, Cheyenne Saladino, Paige Shiflett, and Sydney Washington. Griffins also landed a trio of players on the All-South Central Region list of 2 services. The D2 CCA named Katie Klosterman to their first team for her play at third base. Miss Rathman secured her spot on the second team patrolling center field for the Griffs. The NFCA also recognized Klosterman to their first team while tagging Rathman and Taylor Hamilton for honorable mention. Let's meet the team now. As I call your name, come up to the stage. Or come up to the front, excuse me. Our first inductee tonight is Miss Riley Wilson Gray, who quite appropriately wore number 1. Riley was a sophomore infielder from Columbia, Missouri, who saw action in 16 games while hitting 167 and 18 at-bats, building experience that led to her senior year, that she started all 54 games her senior year. Congratulations, Riley. Our next inductee is Shelby Ewell-Bertini, a freshman outfielder on that team wearing number 2 from Pleasant Hill, Iowa. Shelby played 36 games while logging 12 at-bats and a 167 batting average, gaining valuable experience that led her to being named MIAA Defensive Player of the Year 4 years later as a senior. Congratulations, Shelby. Paige Shiflett-Wester, will you come to the front, please? Paige, one of 7 300 hitters on the Griffin team, wore number 3. Paige was a sophomore infielder from Pleasant Hill, Missouri that hit .309 in 188 at-bats while starting all 58 games for the Griffins. For her solid season, Paige earned all MIAA honorable mention honors from opposing coaches. One person returning to campus with Paige tonight is her husband, former Griffin football player Emmett. Congratulations, Paige. Miss Katie Klosterman, will you come to this front, please? And please do not grab a mic. Should we play the walk-up song, which was My Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard? I'm not going to sing it, but you guys can imagine it. You can sing it. That's why we said don't grab the mic. Katie was our next inductee. She received major recognition for her spectacular season. Wearing number 4, the junior from Omaha, Nebraska, held down third base in the Griffin infield, earning both MIAA Co-Defensive Player of the Year and first-team All-MIAA honors. Katie wasn't strictly defense, though. .356 batting average, ranked second on the team, over 163 at-bats, starting all 58 games. Klosterman was a first-team All-Central Region honoree. Congratulations, Katie. Miss Morgan Rathman Rodriguez, will you come to the stage, please? You'll forgive yourself for thinking of Morgan as the Griffin version of a Swiss Army knife after hearing about her accomplishments in 2016. Morgan, a junior from Neosho, Missouri, wore number 5, anchoring center field for Coach Bagley-Trotter's squad. She started all 58 games with 206 plate appearances, 81 hits for a .393 batting average. Once on base, Morgan stole 25 of them. Each of those totals led the team on the season. Opposing MIAA coaches rewarded her performance with a first-team nod. Morgan also received well-earned first-team and honorable mention All-Central Region accolades from separate services. Congratulations, Morgan. Miss Sydney Washington LaFavor, will you come to the stage, please? Sid was a versatile junior left fielder from Columbia, Missouri, in her number 6 jersey. Sid Wash hit for a .313 average from her 51 hits on 163 at-bats in that championship season. Sid had wheels as well, stealing 10 bases, good for second on the team. Sid received well-earned All-MIAA honorable mention recognition for her contributions to the Griffins. For those of you saying, LaFavor, don't I know that name? Well, another Griffin football player. It's because Sydney is married to fellow Griffin and, again, former football player T.J. LaFavor. Congratulations, Sid Wash. Our next inductee tonight is the Griffin junior right fielder from Omaha, Nebraska. Unfortunately, Megan Corgi, number 9, couldn't be here tonight. That wasn't the case during the championship season, though. Morgan started every one of the 58 games she played in 2016. She posted a .263 batting average, 45 hits from her 171 at-bats. Congratulations, Megan. Cheyenne Saladino Rayburn, will you come to the stage, please? Cheyenne was one of 2 primary Griffin pitchers in 2016. The right-handed senior from Davenport, Iowa, pitched 169 innings through 29 appearances. She also did that on a broken arm for the majority of the season, so how about that? Cheyenne, in her number 10 jersey, was a real stopper for the Griffins with a sparkling 21-3 record. Her team best season ERA of 2.24 kept the Griffin offense within striking distance every outing. Cheyenne received well-earned recognition on the MIAA All-Conference Honorable Mention list. Congratulations, Cheyenne. The next inductee we'll meet is Shelby Atwell Holt. Will you come to the stage, please? Shelby, the Columbia, Missouri native, who was a mainstay on the Griffin infield for her entire 4 years. Sophomore shortstop, wearing number 12, recorded 195 plate appearances in the 57 games she started. With 64 hits, Shelby's .328 batting average ranked 4th on the solid hitting team. Shelby was named All-MIAA Honorable Mention for her performance this season, the first of 3 MIAA postseason recognitions in her 4-year career. Congratulations, Shelby. Miss Becca Mueller-Glenn, will you come to the front, please? Becca, our next inductee, is the very definition of durability. The sophomore catcher from Peculiar, Missouri, started nearly every game for the Griffins in her 4-year career, including 56 of 58 in the 2016 season. In jersey number 14, Becca went to the plate 135 times, wrapping out 30 hits for a .222 batting average. Becca's husband, Cameron Glenn, a former Griffin football player, is eager to see Becca being honored tonight. Congratulations, Becca. That's why we won so many games in 2016. We had an incredible home field advantage with the football players out there screaming at the other team. Our next inductee came to Missouri Western from Kearney, Missouri. Junior Kaylee Green handled the first base duties for the Griffin infield in 2016. Kaylee wore number 15 and was a run producer, hammering a team lead 14 home runs in 164 at-bats. Kaylee's .323 batting average pounded out 42 RBIs, second most on the team. Kaylee earned All-MIAA honorable mention for her contributions. Yes, please give her a hand. 1/3 of the Smash Sisters. Other obligations keep our next inductee, Jamison Cothey, from joining her teammates tonight. Jamison, number 16, was a redshirt junior from West Des Moines, Iowa, playing in the outfield for the Griffins. Jamison played only sparingly, played 10 games. Congratulations, Jamison. Well, a season like this, common wisdom says good pitching beats good hitting, and our next inductee was responsible for a lot of good pitching in 2016. Coming from Des Moines, Iowa, senior Janie Smith O'Neill, wearing number 18, stepped into the circle for 38 appearances, translated into a 228.1 innings pitched with a 2.67 ERA, compiling a 24-10 win-loss record, got the attention of opposing MIAA coaches who tabbed Janie an All-MIAA second-team pitcher. Congratulations, Janie. Taylor Hamilton, our next inductee, was a freshman from Cameron, Missouri, with a big bat. Hamilton, wearing number 25, started all 58 games as the DH. designated player. Taylor posted a .337 batting average over her 178 plate appearances. Her 60 hits produced a team-leading 50 RBIs and 11 home runs, which was second best on the team. Hamilton earned second-team All-MIAA honors as well as being named Honorable Mention All-Central Region. Taylor could not be here tonight. We congratulate Taylor. Molly Bieland brought a wealth of softball experience to this team. Molly, will you come to the stage, please? Molly joined Coach Jen Bagley Trotter on the staff and played college softball for NSIC member Winona State. Before joining the Griffons, Molly spent 2 years at Minnesota State Mankato as a graduate assistant for softball. Congratulations and welcome back, Molly. The script says, what can you say about the next inductee that hasn't already been said? I can say a lot, but I won't. I won't tonight. Leading this team to 45 wins, adding to her legacy, and helped Hall of Fame coach Jen Bagley Trotter become the all-time wins leader in Missouri Western history and number 2 in all-time MIAA wins. 2016 was a special season that saw Coach Bagley Trotter earn MIAA Coach of the Year award honors. She saw her efforts to bring good human beings into her program and then led them to a common goal, coming together in a big way with the championship season. Coach Bagley Trotter, now the head coach of Division I St. Thomas softball in Minnesota. Congratulations, and we welcome Jen Bagley Trotter to the podium. Also, how could I forget Emily Lala Berthet from Canada?
Our crazy Canadian.
She could not be here tonight, but Emily was one of the heart and soul of our softball team that year. So much fun, so much entertainment, so much inappropriateness, which leads us to Coach Bagley.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. I wanted to start off by congratulating everybody on the stage here with me tonight. You know, Macon was one of my favorite kind of football players where he's just the nicest guy ever when you see him in the hallway, but then gets out on game day and turns into a completely different beast. You know, E's for the heart and soul of our department for a long time. I'm glad I didn't have to know the Missouri Western that exists without you, but congratulations tonight. Buzz, my buddy, my partner, my best friend next door for many, many years. Congratulations tonight with your team. Buzz's teams were always classy. He raised incredible young men and led this program for a long time with a lot of dignity and respect, and I love him very dearly. You know, Natalie Bird, for congratulations on you with your PhD. Continuing on, working in college. And then Cassidy Menke, when I think of Griffon soccer, I think about that turning point being when you came on campus. And so being here tonight with you is a real honor, and I know it's a night for you too, Chad. And I'm happy to see both of you here tonight. Grant Fink, I haven't gotten a chance to say hi to you yet tonight, but nicest guy ever, always in the batting cage. It's not shocking to me that your career has taken you where it has, and congratulations to you as well. And then Troy Landi. Buzz, I want to know if that Christmas gift is still circling around in the likeness of Troy Landi. Yeah, I don't know either, but we'll talk later. We'll talk later, but congratulations on your honor tonight as well. For the Hall of Fame committee, Scott Graham, the heart and soul of this. I know how much dedication he puts into this night, and so Scott, thank you again for continuing to be a mainstay for this incredible evening. Going through a number of years coaching, I had to go back to remind myself, because on this podium with all of these young women, there's a large group of them that were very successful for 4 years. right? They were a junior in 2016, and I had to go back and remember which games happened in the year 2016, because there was a span there where we did some pretty special things within our program. And for that, I want to thank Ryan Menke for continuing to be the visual, the archive, the historian, and all with the passion and the love for this place, because he can't stay away. He keeps coming back. But I think Missouri Western is a special place, and it's made a special place, and it's a draw as a special place because of the work that he does, not only behind the camera, but now within the whole entire department. So Menke, I don't know where you are, but you don't suck. I do believe every team is its own living, breathing entity, right? And I think in every successful team, you need to have four things. You need really good athletes. You need toughness. You need things to rally around, things to bring you together, and then a little bit of luck. Can you be healthy at the right time? Can your weather work out? Can you play the right team at the right time? Can the umpires not screw up? There's a lot of things that go into a successful season, and luck starting out that season didn't seem to be on our side. For those of you that don't know, we played that whole entire season with only 2 pitchers healthy. And I say that, and no, we played with 1 healthy pitcher, and we played with Cheyenne Saladino, who was pitching with, like Menke said, quite literally a fractured arm. She had a stress fracture, and she just toughed it out. As a result, as we're heading into the season thinking, oh my goodness, we have 1.5 pitchers, how are we going to do a 56-game season? We actually had a practice where we did pitching tryouts. Who knew Taylor Hamilton could also pitch? And Shelby Ewell took out their glove. Kaylee Green, which produced actually a line in our stats, was Kaylee Green. We won't talk about that. But what we will talk about, Kaylee, is her willingness, everybody's willingness. It struck me on that day, everybody's willingness to do what it was going to take in order for our team to be successful, even if it meant doing something really difficult like putting yourself out there in the middle of the field without pitching for a number of years, and being able to do that with selflessness told me a lot about the heart of our team. So looking into what was our season, there was a couple of really key moments that I'd like to talk about because it points out some of the people in the room tonight. We started off the season kind of like you do, and then we went down to Bentonville, if you all remember, and we were faced with playing those cheaters from Southern Arkansas with their shaved bats. And after a real honest and open conversation on the bus, our team had decided that despite it maybe resulting in a loss, our team wasn't going to play, we weren't going to play Central Arkansas. We were going to take a stand against what was wrong and dangerous. And I thought that in that moment, I remember Nick McCutcheon was on the bus with us as our sports information director at the time. And he was like, wow, that was really cool. And he's like, you know, because he got to stat a lot of games, got to be around, but that was a chance he got to be on one of those conversations. We were having an intimate conversation as a team. And what that told me a lot was the character of our team, their willingness to stand for what's right, and to be able to be open and honest with each other, which I think is a really the secret sauce to a good successful run. We had so that talks about something to rally around, right? We had our luck with Northeastern Oklahoma with the 1-0 balk with the pitcher dropping a ball on the pitching rubber. Never seen it before, never seen it since. Resulted in us winning at home. That was a big sweep for us early on. Sweeping UCO at home, huge, which then went on to us sweeping UCO at the MIAA tournament, and then also beating them to end their season at when we went down for regionals. After that regional game, we all went out for dinner and were really mad because we pulled up behind the UCO bus to eat at the one and only restaurant in Magnolia, Arkansas. And Cody White, who was the head coach at the time, turned to me and he's like, and I was like, God dang it, Cody. And he looked at me and he goes, Jesus, Bagley. He's like, this is the only thing we've beat you at all year. So give it to us. But when I think about the grit and the toughness of this team, I think about our version of the 97 Bulls with Jordan, who went 38 against the Jazz with the flu. We enter into our Hy-Vee Classic. We're scheduled to play 6 games, and both Janie and Shai, now our 2 active pitchers, have the bad flu. I'm talking the gross flu. And those two showed up and played those games as if nothing was wrong. Casey Ludwig, our athletic trainer, took care of them. And the biggest thing is how our team rallied behind them and put up runs and was able to take care of the ball so that they could make up for what they couldn't bring that day. Again, that's a sign of a team that's tough. I think about our Pitt State game at home. We had a doubleheader with Pitt. We beat them 1-0 in 10 innings, walk-off, where we have Megan Corgi, not the fleetest of foots, on second base. And it was Paige Shiflett that hits the run, or hits the, well, it was a single in left field. And Corgi's at second, like I said. It wasn't pretty, but I was like, man, we got to go. She slides in, and we win. We beat Pitt State. The big thing about that story, in my opinion, is not only the fact that we outlasted Pitt State, who was also ranked at that time, but as I was looking through the videos, how many times Megan Corgi was our highlight reel? I'm so sorry she's not here tonight, but there were so many times where she was the winning run, or she had the diving catch, or she was in the winning moment. And I think it just is a testament to, of our starters, the one with the lowest batting average, but came up in the biggest moments when it mattered the most. Finally, being able to play at Hall of Fame Stadium for the MIAA tournament was a really special experience, and it was the first time they allowed us to do that. And us being able to have that 1-0 walk-off win with Pitt State, to go into the championship day, Taylor Hamilton, our freshman, gets up and hits that home run to send us into championship day. I think there are a lot of special things about this team. There's a lot of special players. As I said, Kaylee Green being willing to pitch if we needed her to, but when we didn't need her to, she only racked up a batting average of .323 and was part of the 3-part series of the Smash Sisters that year. Morgan Rathman with a .393 batting average led us off that year with their steadiness and quickness. We had Taylor Hamilton as a freshman, .337, who, because she was able to get up in those big moments as a freshman, I think she gave our upperclassmen the courage to do it as well. Paige Shiflett playing second base, which was outside her comfort zone, but she did it, and she held in there. With both Shai and Janie being drop-ball pitchers, our defense was the biggest part of that season. When our defense was on, nobody could beat us. And Paige was a big part of that. Becca behind the plate with the way she handled our staff, huge. Janie Smith, if you watch the videos, you see, she was a number 2 for the majority of her career, and then she stepped out as our number 1 and did nothing but make us proud from the very first time we gave her the ball. And I know your dad would be really proud of you tonight, too. Whew. Emily Laliberte, our crazy Canadian. She's our athlete with the Googles. She couldn't pronounce anything, and she was French-Canadian, which is why we made fun of her, because she couldn't speak English very well. An incredible role player and a big heart and soul of our team. Katie Klosterman, .356 batting average, Defensive Player of the Year. Not to mention, she's the reason why Zoe, when she was little, wanted to have Milkshakes be her walk-up song. Couldn't let that happen. Sid Wash, with the heart that she played with and the desire that she had to do such great things for our program and how seriously she took that. Coming into our program as number 3 in the all-time State of Missouri home run career record holder. And she comes into our program and continues to do what she did, hitting the triple in the championship game against UCO down there at Hall of Fame Stadium. Happened to be on third, which is the perfect situation for us to get Riley Wilson up there in a pinch hit situation to lay down a squeeze and get Sid in. Fantastic stuff. Jamison Cothe was a great pinch runner for us, which we needed because we had a lot of big hitters, which usually means you don't have a lot of speed. Shy, the way that you gutted it out and the heart and soul and the desire that you had for your team is something that I will never, ever forget. If every athlete I coached had your heart, we would never lose. So I say all of this to say, this offense that we had did not happen without Molly Bieland, who was our assistant coach, and she came into our program and made a big change and was a big influence on us being able to put that barrel on the ball more often, not only physically, but just with the mentality that we can. Not only that, she was a dear friend and she was someone I could rely on, and I appreciate you very, very much. Love you. So, I want to thank the 2016 team. I want to congratulate the 2016 team. But there's a piece that we have not yet talked about tonight, and that's the fact that we've left off our Batgirl on tonight's festivities with Zoe Trotter. If any of you looked at our videos, it was like she's a Where's Waldo in the back with her little blue helmet on. As our Batgirl that year. And the thing that I really want to thank the 2016 team for is teaching Zoe what fun, hard work, and love of team looks like. Because that team instilled that love of softball to Zoe. And now I get to be living my best life coaching her at St. Thomas. So, congratulations, 2016. I wanted you guys to get your flowers tonight because you deserve it. And I'm very proud of each and every one of you. I promise there wasn't a weird thing with the football team. I know that sounds funny. Everybody's married to someone football, including myself. But thank you, everybody, for tonight. And Nicole Thompson, that field that you guys get to play on is hallowed ground. And I know that you're going to do it proud. And there's a lot of good juju left on it, so keep winning. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Congratulations to the class of 2024 Hall of Fame inductees, the 2016 Griffon softball team. All right, unlike most other inductees coming to the podium tonight, you likely never read about this next inductee on your website of choice following a competition. That's because offensive linemen toil in anonymity unless they make a mistake. Macon Allen didn't make many mistakes in his 4 years on Hall of Fame coach Jerry Partridge's teams. That's just one of the many reasons he's here tonight. Macon started an unprecedented 50 consecutive games during his career. Let that sink in. No other player in Griffon history has ever done that. No one is likely to ever do it again. The accomplishment of that is very special. Macon contributed to 38 wins during his most successful 4-year period in Griffon football history. He was a key leader on the offensive line that blocked for current Hall of Fame players Michael Hill and Drew Newhart, as well as likely future Hall of Famer Travis Partridge. Allen played on and led teams that played in the postseason each of his 4 years. The Griffons went on to the Mineral Water Bowl in 2009 and qualified for the NCAA playoffs in the next 3 seasons. Macon contributed to the Griffons' first ever NCAA playoff win. In 2012, offensive line that Macon was an integral part of is perhaps the best in Missouri Western history. Each of the other members of that line are here tonight to support Macon. Allen was rightly recognized by opposing MIAA coaches who placed him on the All-MIAA first team both in 2011 and again in 2012. Macon earned All-American recognition in 2011 as a Don Hanson Honorable Mention All-American. In 2012, he once again was tabbed an All-American, this time by multiple reporting services. The highest placement was the Daktronics second team. Macon Allen graduated from Missouri Western in 2013, earning his Bachelor of Science degree in Marketing and Marketing Management. He is also recognized that year with an MIAA Academic Excellence Award. Currently, Macon is an installer for AFC and Allen's HVAC and Services, LLC. Before that, Macon worked for Cerner Corporation as a Senior Business Intelligence Analyst. Allen has also participated in a Jacksonville Jaguars minicamp. Macon enjoyed the support of his family throughout his football journey at Missouri Western. His dad, Brad, mother, Melissa, brother, Colton, and sister, Jessica, are just some of those sharing this evening with Macon. Macon's best friend and wife, Nicole, have been married for 9 years. 4 years ago, they welcomed their first child and son, Emmett, to their family. In 2019, the all-decade football teams were selected for the greatest players in each of the 5 decades of Missouri Western football. Macon Allen was selected as an offensive lineman on the 2010s all-decade team. Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2024 Hall of Famer, Mr. Macon Allen.
Man, what an honor it is to be up here. I am truly humbled. Over the past few weeks, I've had a lot of time to think about what this award means to me and what my family means to me. So I want to take this time to thank my immediate family and my Missouri Western family tonight. First of all, I want to thank my mom and dad for getting me into the sport that I love and I'm super passionate about. Thank you for taking the time to take me to all those practices and all those Pee Wee games and really giving me the sport along the way. Thank you. I also want to thank my sister, Jessica, and my niece, Esely. I think you guys were my biggest cheerleaders throughout my career. I can still remember when my sister would come up on the sideline of my Pee Wee football games and congratulate me on a tackle or a play that I just made. Thank you, guys. I also want to thank my brother, Colton. Actually had the opportunity to play alongside him in high school. And I just want to thank you for making me a better player and continuing to make me a better person today. To my wife, Nicole, if you guys don't know, we actually started dating back in high school, so she's been with me pretty much throughout my entire football career and together now as parenting for our son, Emmett. I love you, buddy. One little fun fact about Nicole, she actually helped cement my decision to come into Missouri Western. Back in high school when I was trying to make the decision to where to commit, it was really between Northwest and Missouri Western. And she gave me a little piece of advice at the time where she told me to just really follow my heart and don't really think about what other people think where you should go, because I don't know if you're familiar with a small town in Northwest Missouri, but a lot of people go to Northwest. So I felt like I was kind of expected to go there, but that piece of advice really helped me out, so thank you, Nicole. To my Missouri Western family, this group of guys over here, these 4 gentlemen, were the guys that I played with throughout my entire career. This past week, I've been thinking a lot about how to describe them, really, and I was really struggling with that idea. And then I get a text from Mr. Brian Childs. He sent a text to our group chat where he said, it was a quote from a coach that said, "Every great offensive line has one gentle giant, one overthinking intellectual, one savvy dirtbag, and 2 deranged psychopaths." I am clearly the gentle giant. I am definitely the quiet introvert of the group. If any of you guys know me here, this is probably the most you've ever heard me talk. The overthinking intellectual has definitely got to be our center, Mike Yardley. He was the glue of the group that kind of held both sides of the group together. And the intellectual, I mean, he's a lawyer today, for heaven's sake. So he's definitely the thinker out of the group. I appreciate the time I've had with you, playing next to you, Mike. I also want to thank UNO for canceling their football program, because I don't think you would have been here without that, so thank you. The savvy dirtbag has got to be our left guard, Nick Clark. Keyword savvy, I don't think you're a dirtbag. But today he is, in his professional career, he's a creative marketer. And who else could come up with their own run blocking technique that Coach Throck coined as the dancing bear? Come on, Nick. What is this? And then the two deranged psychopaths. Our left tackle, Colt Schulte. I always kind of saw him as the strong leader on the team, and he was definitely our anchor at the left tackle spot. I think what Colt kind of taught me the most is during the off-season workouts, our coaching staff really liked to put us in competitions, and naturally they would always put the two tackles together, and he really pushed me. So thanks for making me the player I am today, Colt. The other deranged psychopath, Mr. Brian Childs. I think me and Brian especially had a unique relationship because I had the pleasure of rooming with him. I don't know, is that the word? It was interesting. Megan, I don't know how you do it. But me and Brian's relationship, playing next to him, was really special to me. I think, being roommates with him for the majority of our career really kind of helped us kind of sink as one on the football field. It kind of developed on the football field where we didn't really talk or do anything. It was more of like pointing and grunting. There wasn't a whole lot of communication. I felt like we were just kind of one well-oiled machine. So those four guys, it was an honor and a pleasure playing next to you guys, and I really appreciate you guys. Love you. Lastly, I want to thank the coaching staff, Coach P, Coach Fenwick, and Coach Throck. Coach Throck, I really owe everything to you. I attribute all my offensive lineman success to you, even though those meetings you had were really, really, really long. Lastly, I just kind of want to end this. I feel like I speak for the entire offensive line when I say that we really enjoyed having Fenwick and Coach Throck back. So thank you. Go Griffs.
Congratulations, Mason, on your selection to the Missouri Western Hall of Fame. Our next inductee was a leader at every stop in his career before setting foot on campus. Grant Fink was a team captain in both high school and at Mount Hood Community College, where he starred. Coach Verduzco no doubt hoped his leadership qualities would travel with Grant to Missouri Western. Well, he wasn't disappointed. Grant played 2 years in a Griffon uniform at third base, and his performance was where his leadership really shined. In his first year, in 2012, Grant posted strong numbers, hitting .308 in 50 games, delivering 53 hits and 8 home runs. With that first year in the MIAA under his belt, Grant's performance in his senior year really exploded, and he showed that leadership Coach Verduzco knew he had. Grant's .397 average and 77 hits were second on the team. 51 RBIs and 14 doubles were third and fourth respectively, while at .706 slugging percentage and 14 home runs were both team highs and helped lead the Griffons to their first MIAA championship in program history. Grant earned all MIAA honors in both seasons he played. The 2012 season saw him named to the All-MIAA second team, and his eye-popping 2013 numbers earned first-team accolades. In 2013, MIAA postseason award was just the beginning. Grant earned unanimous first-team All-Region and was named by all three baseball services, Daktronics, ABCA, and NCBWA. Grant was then named first-team All-American by Daktronics. Was named first-team All-American by Daktronics. Both ABCA and NCBWA honored him on their second team. Grant concluded his 2013 postseason honors being named a finalist for the Tino Martinez Award, given to the most outstanding NCAA D2 baseball player. Family and their support are so important to a successful athlete. Grant is no exception, as his family has supported him through many moves, including moving halfway across the country to St. Joseph to launch his career as a Griffon. That support even included his mom giving Grant some pointers on a proper fielding stance in 2013 on Mother's Day. Grant was a serious student, and his classroom performance was yet another way he showed leadership. Grant graduated from Missouri Western in 2013 with a degree in sports management, later continuing his education at the University of Missouri, earning a master's degree in psychology in 2020, which has no doubt helped him in his job. Grant and his bride Kaylee married 3 years ago. Then 2 years ago, they were blessed with their first child, a daughter named Landon. Kaylee and Landon are here tonight along with Grant's mom, Susan, and dad, Richard. From Meade High School in Spokane, Washington, to Missouri Western in St. Joseph, Missouri, to Major League Baseball's Cleveland Guardians, Grant's route to his current role as hitting coordinator has been a circuitous route. Grant's dream came to life when he heard his name called in round 23 of the 2013 MLB draft. He became the 681st pick of the draft, going to, at that time, the Cleveland Indians. After working in the Cleveland organization as a player and coach, in 2021, Grant was named to his current position of hitting coordinator for the Guardians. Fink has been on a long journey from playing ball in the backyard to developing MLB hitters for a living. Along the way, he both worked hard and had some fun. Grant picked up skills at every stop that allow him to be an asset to MLB's Cleveland Guardians, who, by the way, came close to a trip to the World Series this season. We are grateful that part of your journey was as a Griffon and proud to honor you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2024 Hall of Fame member, Grant Fink.
I'm humbled to be standing up here today and honored to be a part of this amazing event and this class of athletes. I'm thankful for God to leading me to this university where I've made amazing memories and lifelong friendships. This may be an individual honor, but I owe this moment to many remarkable individuals and experiences along the way. First and foremost, I want to thank Coach Buzz Verduzco. I remember our first recruiting call like it was yesterday. You took a chance on me, and your belief in me meant the world. Your guidance and support extended beyond the field, and you have been a mentor in sports and life and instilled values that have not just shaped my career, but who I am as a person. Your impact on the school, my life, and the lives of countless student athletes cannot be overstated. To my teammates, there is no way I would be standing up here tonight if it weren't for you guys. I've had the opportunity to be part of a lot of exciting teams, and I can honestly stand here and say that I think my favorite year in sports was the 2013 Griffs. And it might have been one of the most talented teams I've ever been on as well. I think back to that year often. In fact, my wife, who's over here in the corner, likes to make fun of me because about 2 times a year I'll make her sit on the couch and relive it to Ryan Menley's YouTube videos. She always knows it's coming when she hears, "Uncle D's, it's where your friends are." I don't think any of us have a clue where Uncle D's is, but that little slogan will stamp in our minds forever. I also want to extend my appreciation to just the university. Missouri Western was a place where it wasn't just growth athletically, but also academically. Thank you to the faculty and staff for your commitment to impact and cultivate student athletes. As I thought about this weekend, a bunch of memories came flying back. None greater than the Gatorade shower over Buzz after clinching our first MIAA championship, a moment we had worked so hard for. But I thought about some fun ones too. I thought about shoveling snow for consecutive days to get ready for opening day when we knew we had a 0% chance of playing that week, and probably even that month. But Buzz was on it. If you shovel hard, you're going to be able to play this week. We never did. Our first month this season was always somewhere else, but now that I've been a coach for a while, I totally understand what he was doing. I also went through the countless home runs, the gritty pitching performances, and the crazy win streaks, as well as the multitude of records that were broken that year by a lot of people in this room. These are all small memories that take up a big place in my heart. Again, this honor is not just mine. It belongs to everyone who played a role in my journey. My parents who are here tonight, who supported me and were greatly invested in all things Griffs. I swear we were driving around yesterday and my dad had more memories and stories about the city than I did, and it was incredible. My coaches, my teammates, and my school, I thank you again. I'm forever grateful for my experience here and the long-lasting friendships that I still have today. Go Griffs. Thank you.
Congratulations, Grant, on your selection to the Missouri Western Hall of Fame. The next inductee you'll meet tonight arrived on campus in 2009, hit the ground running, and never looked back on her way to building one of the best golf careers in Missouri Western history. Dr. Natalie Bird made her presence felt on Coach Kathy Habermel's golf team throughout her entire four-year career. As a freshman, Natalie accomplished what few ever do, distinguishing herself in the tough MIAA first year of competition. Through 6 events, Natalie posted an 84.9 scoring average, losing an average of 13 strokes to par on the season. Regardless of sport, more often than not, athletes named Freshman of the Year go on to have strong careers. Bird's career certainly followed that arc. Natalie followed up that first-year performance over each of her next 3 seasons, beginning with a scoring average of 84.9 in the 2010-2011 season. She dropped almost 2 strokes each year, improving to a scoring average of 81.2 during her 2012-2013 senior season. That consistent improvement was also reflected in the strokes lost to par, moving from 13 to 9 in the same period. A performance like that never goes unnoticed. Natalie earned all MIAA postseason honors in each of her 4 seasons. Opposing coaches named Bird to the first team all MIAA 3 consecutive seasons, followed up by a second team nod. History was made in the 2012-2013 season when Natalie wrote her name into a record book as the very first Missouri Western women's golfer to qualify for an NCAA Division II Super Regional Tournament. In addition to her dominant athletic performance, Bird was also dominant in the classroom. In 2013, Natalie earned her degree in recreation sports management. Bird was also named Missouri Western Female Golf Athlete of the Year 3 times in her 4 years. Then in 2013, the Female Golf Athlete of the Year, and also became Missouri Western Female Athlete of the Year. In 2015, after working as a graduate assistant under newly hired Coach Dillon, Natalie had not only helped to bridge from Coach Habermel's program, but earned her master's in sport and fitness management. Natalie wasn't done yet, though, earning her PhD from the University of Arkansas in 2020. Capping off her Missouri Western career, Natalie received the Tom Smith Career Achievement Award, first established in 2014 to honor an outstanding career-long contributor. The coaches she worked with, the people who knew her best, said this about Natalie. Coach Habermel, the 2010-2011 MIAA Coach of the Year, said, "She was an outstanding role model, teammate, player, and student." Greg Dillon, upon taking over for Coach Habermel, said, "She helped me build the foundation of his program moving forward." Natalie has embarked on an impressive professional career since her time as an athlete. Dr. Bird spent time here as an adjunct instructor, moving to a role as assistant professor and program director at Emporia State University in 2022, before accepting her current position, assistant professor at Pittsburgh State University in 2023. Natalie is grateful for her close-knit family, her mom Carol, dad Dave, who supported Natalie throughout her golf career and Missouri Western journey, join her this evening. Tonight is bittersweet, though, as Natalie wishes her grandmother Joanne could be here. Natalie learned that she had been selected for the NCAA Super Regional Tournament and would be recognized as the Missouri Western Female Athlete of the Year on the same day. She remembers telling Ryan Minley, "This day and my wedding day. These are going to be the 2 days I'll remember forever." Well, Natalie, we hope we've given you another day to remember. Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2024 Hall of Famer, Dr. Natalie Bird.
Good evening. As you can see, I am Natalie Bird, and I'm likely up here tonight because of many of the firsts that I accomplished for the women's golf program here at Missouri Western. And I don't say that to give myself any credit, but rather to hopefully paint a picture of how, despite the firsts that I provided for Missouri Western actually provided me quite a few firsts in my life. All of us know that success in sports is rather fleeting. Since my time here at Missouri Western, all of my records have been broken. People have gone much farther in postseason than I ever did, and the women's golf landscape in general has changed dramatically. Now, that's not to discount my hard work or Kathy's hard work either. However, when I started to think about what I wanted to say tonight, that kept coming up in the back of my head. How, yes, I may have done some great things, but a lot of people have done other great things after me. And then I started to realize that Missouri Western gave me so many firsts that will never be beat. Missouri Western was actually the very first school that ever recruited me, the very first school that gave me an offer, my very first college campus visit, and ultimately was my #1 choice among all of the options I had. Missouri Western was also the very first place that I played golf against girls from all over the country on very long and difficult golf courses, often in the worst conditions, hence my awful stroke average. But Missouri Western is also where I learned how to golf in lots of layers. I learned the value of hand warmers, but more than anything, I learned that a score and a stroke average rarely paint a picture of a round of golf well played or the talent a player has. Beyond golf in general, Missouri Western did provide me an opportunity to coach as well. So beyond being a player, I got to step into a role I had never seen before while I pursued my master's here. I then also got to teach here as an adjunct for the very first time ever. And I was just a little baby adjunct to some of you former athletes here as well, probably had me as a professor. But even though I just had a pretty small role here on campus, Missouri Western is where I ultimately learned and had that aha moment of, oh, being a college professor is what I'm put on this earth to do. Also, most importantly, Missouri Western was the very first place I got to teach as Dr. Natalie Bird for the very first time. It's not lost on me how crazy it is that the very first time I ever got to write Dr. Bird on the board was in one of the classrooms that I went to school in as an undergraduate student. Now, I hope you know that I'm not trying to give you some rather formal life update or to really, go on and on about my accomplishments. But really what I wanted to paint a picture of is that all of those things are great, but they're all because of Missouri Western. Missouri Western provided me way many more firsts than I could ever provide Missouri Western. It was here that I had the biggest and the best first of all, and that is Missouri Western is the reason that I had confidence to do all of these things. It was here at Missouri Western that I had the most confidence and the belief in myself unlike any other time in my life, and that's a testament to many wonderful people, most of which sitting over here. Kathy, thank you so much for everything you did for me, not only as a student athlete, but as a person. Those of you that are coaches know that sometimes it can be a thankless job. And Kathy, thank you so much for everything you did for all of us. Mike, thank you as well. You probably got sick of me being the last person on the range like every single day, so I appreciate you putting up with me as well. And then my parents, Carol and Dave, they also probably, were sick of taking me to golf tournaments, and, golf is not like a short sport, so, that's their whole day to come watch me play, so I appreciate that. And then also Kayla and Colin McQuillan. Kayla, you are probably the #1 reason why I came to Missouri Western other than golf. You're my lifelong best friend, my sister, and I really appreciate you taking me under your wing while I was here. Anyway, I wanted to make the point that, again, Missouri Western is what provided me so many firsts that will never be overshadowed by anyone else or provide me anything that I can. There's nothing that's better than what Missouri Western provided me. Those things are far from fleeting. So congratulations to all of my fellow inductees tonight, and thank you, Missouri Western.
Congratulations, Natalie, on your selection to the Missouri Western Hall of Fame. And now we bring back Mr. Ryan Minley.
So we are 1 hour, 8 minutes, 37 seconds in. We're rolling right along, but let the record show that on this day, of November 1st, 2024, that Brett Esely has sat still and has had to shut up for 1 hour and 8 minutes. That's right. And you're and it's not your turn yet either. So sit there for a little bit longer. In 2013, Coach Buzz Verduzco led the Griffon baseball team to its most successful season in program history. Never before had Griffon baseball won 40 games in a season. Never before had they been ranked top 5 nationally in a season. Never before had they captured the MIAA championship. When the page was turned on the historic 2013 season, the Griffons swept all but one of the MIAA league-wide awards. Shortstop Michael Schultz earned MIAA Player of the Year. Right-handed pitcher Brandon Simmons earned MIAA Pitcher of the Year. And Coach Buzz Verduzco, then in his 14th season as the Griffon skipper, earned MIAA Coach of the Year. 5 Griffons dominated the All-MIAA first team with Players of the Year. Simmons and Schultz, both listed at their positions. They were accompanied by Jimmy Smelser at second base, right fielder Bubba Dotson, and Grant Fink at third base. The lone Griffon on the All-MIAA second team was left fielder Kyle Simpson. The MIAA honorable mention list finds 4 more Griffons receiving recognitions, with pitcher Logan Hollingsworth, catcher Jake Schrader, first baseman Spencer Shockley, and for his versatility, Nate Ramler as a utility player, all included. Missouri Western was very well represented on the 3 different All-Central Region rating services. Daktronics, ABCA, and NCBWA each put Michael Schultz, Bubba Dotson, Grant Fink, and Brandon Simmons on their first team, with ABCA adding Kyle Simpson to their list. Each service named Michael Schultz their Player of the Year. Numerous Griffons earned coveted All-American designations in 2013. Daktronics named Schultz, Dotson, and Fink to their first team. The ABCA Rawlings put Schultz on their first team, while Dotson, Fink, and Simpson were each slotted on the second team. Similarly, Schultz again was named to the first team, with Dotson and Fink placed on the second team, and Brandon Simmons earning honorable mention. These 2013 Griffs accomplished several milestones. As mentioned, 40 wins is the highest win total in program history. Grant Fink was a Tino Martinez Award finalist. Michael Schultz was both a Josh Willingham Award finalist and the National Player of the Year. Coach Verduzco's players were true student athletes, with 18 players named to the MIAA Academic Honor Roll. Let's now meet the players. When I call your name, please come to the front. Jimmy Smelser arrived from Park University to play 2 seasons at second base for the Griffons. Jimmy hit .341, ripped 56 hits, and was named All-MIAA first team in this, his senior season. Congratulations, Jimmy. Jeremy Monty, a junior outfielder, isn't here tonight. He was used sparingly, playing in 14 games with a .222 batting average. Congratulations, Jeremy. Brandon Simmons, will you come to the front, please? Brandon is a 2021 Hall of Fame pitcher for the Griffons and the ace on their staff. A big reason for that honor are his contributions to the 2013 season. Brandon had 52 strikeouts, a 2.91 ERA on his way to an 11-1 record. In addition to his first-team All-MIAA selection, Simmons nailed down first-team All-Region selections by 3 services and as NCBWA All-American. Congratulations, Mr. Brandon Simmons. Bubba Dotson is one of the real stars on this 2013 championship team, but he did lose at dodgeball to a men's golf team in 2013 as well. Not sure how that happened. The heavy-hitting right fielder was a first-team All-MIAA selection who hit .359 while pounding out 71 hits and 13 home runs on the season. Bubba collected 3 first-team All-Region selections, as well as 1 first-team and 2 second-team All-American selections. Congratulations, Bubba Dotson. Dylan Cook was a redshirt sophomore infielder who saw very limited action playing in 11 games. Dylan couldn't be here tonight, but we congratulate him tonight. Mr. Spencer Shockley was a senior first baseman playing his 3rd season for the Griffons on this team. Spencer had 59 hits on the year, good for a .331 batting average, being named honorable mention All-MIAA in 2013. It was his 3rd consecutive All-MIAA recognition. Congratulations, Spencer Shockley. Nate Ramler came to Missouri Western from Maple Woods Community College, bringing a lot of power. In 2013, his senior year, Nate put that power to good use as a designated hitter for the Griffons, pounding out 75 hits, a .355 batting average. His efforts earned an All-MIAA honorable mention. Congratulations, Nate. Infielder Harrison Cobb was a popular 4-year player with a great work ethic for the Griffons. In 2013, his senior season, he was an All-MIAA player at every infield position, with an All-MIAA player at every infield position. Harrison saw limited action, but we congratulate Harrison and welcome him back home tonight. Mr. Jared Hawkins, it is great to see you. Will you please come to the front? Jared brought significant experience and depth to the Griffons pitching staff when he transferred from Highland Community College. In 16 appearances on the year, he logged a 6-2 record with a team-leading 2.28 ERA. Congratulations, Jared. Jake Jones was a 4-year player at Missouri Western in his junior year. Jake had 4 starts and 6 appearances with a 1-0 record. The experience gained in 2013 paved the way to a solid senior season where he went 7-3 on the season. Congratulations, Jake Jones. Kyle Simpson was a big-hitting senior left fielder for the 2013 Griffons. Kyle pounded out 77 hits, resulting in 60 RBIs, a senior record at the time and still ranked number 4 in the program record book. Simpson hit .377 on the year and was named second-team All-MIAA. Kyle also picked up first-team All-Region and second-team All-American honors. Congratulations, Kyle Simpson. Sean Agee was a senior center fielder who started all 52 games for the Griffons. Sean delivered 58 hits, had a .339 batting average. Sean couldn't make it tonight. We congratulate Sean Agee. Banks Bourne, a junior, was a left-handed pitcher who put a 4-0 record with his 3.48 ERA in an injury-shortened 2013 season. Banks was limited to 10 appearances. Congratulations and welcome back, Banks Bourne. Michael Schultz, Missouri Western 2019 Hall of Fame shortstop, was a key piece of the team's success in 2013. The heavy-hitting junior had a .439 batting average while pounding out 94 hits and stealing 17 bases, all team-leading marks. For his season, Michael was rewarded with accolades from all corners of the D2 baseball world. First team All-MIAA, Central Region, and All-American, and that made him the National Player of the Year. Congratulations, Michael Schultz. Mark Spreckles, would you come to the front? He was a junior pitcher for the Griffons. I'm sorry, he's not here tonight. I apologize. Mark saw action in 14 games, earning a decision in 4 of them, going 2-2 with a 3.21 ERA. Congratulations, Mark Spreckles. Ethan Ward, I know you're here. He was a redshirt senior on the Griffon pitching staff. The left-hander started all 12 games he pitched in, posting a 4-3 mark with a 4.20 ERA. Ethan was second on the team in both innings pitched, 80, and strikeouts with 49. We congratulate Ethan Ward. Mr. Kyle Kelly, would you come to the front? Kyle made 17 appearances for the Griffons in 2013 as a redshirt junior, with 2 of those being starts. In his appearances, Kyle threw 40 innings, winning 3 games while losing 1, with an ERA of 2.45. Congratulations, Kyle Kelly. David Chu, a junior outfielder, hit .250 on the season, playing 27 games. The experience he gained led to the breakout senior season, one in which he started all games, hitting .363, drove in 48 runs, and earned MWSU Baseball Student Athlete of the Year honors. Congratulations, David. Logan Forbes is not here tonight. Logan, a senior, came to Missouri Western from KCK Community College, adding depth to the bullpen. Logan made 4 appearances, including 1 start. Congratulations, Logan. For Chris Allen, 2013 was his second season pitching for the Griffons. Chris, a right-handed senior, started 1 game while appearing in 6. Congratulations, Chris. Mason Queen, would you come to the front? Mason had 2 decisions on the season, both wins. The junior had 14 appearances where he pitched 22 innings with a 3.68 ERA. The experience gained in his 2013 season benefited Mason the following year, where he led the Griffons in appearances, ERA, strikeouts, and saves. Congratulations, Mason. Tyler Riddle was a redshirt senior pitcher who appeared in 5 games for the Griffons. Tyler isn't here tonight, but we congratulate Tyler. Jared Bell also couldn't be here tonight. He was a senior outfielder who played only sparingly, seeing action in 5 games. Congratulations, Jared. Mr. Grant Fink, would you make your way to the front? Grant was selected for induction to the Missouri Western Hall of Fame in 2022 and was formally inducted earlier tonight. Grant, the senior third baseman, was a mainstay on the 2013 team, hitting .397 with 77 hits while hammering 14 home runs. His performance earned first-team All-MIAA honors. Grant then saw his name on 3 All-Central Region lists. He was then named Daktronics' first-team All-American and second-team All-American on 2 other services. Congratulations, Mr. Grant Fink. Mike Hollander, a redshirt junior, was a versatile athlete named the outstanding male athlete in his high school class. He came to Missouri Western from Maple Woods Community College to add pitching depth to the Griffons' bullpen. Mike stays close to his baseball roots as head coach of the baseball team at his high school alma mater and the state champions. Congratulations, Mike. Logan Hollingsworth earned all MIAA honorable mention as a senior pitcher who appeared in 24 games, pitching in 37 innings. Logan was the pitcher of record in 7 of those games with a 5-2 record and a 3.65 ERA. Congratulations, Logan. On this 2013 team, Oliver Cady was a senior pitcher who appeared in 6 games for the Griffons, recording 2 wins and no losses. Ollie is currently a pitching coach for Scottsdale in the Arizona Fall League and can't be here tonight. We congratulate Ollie Cady. Jake Schrader was the junior All-MIAA honorable mention catcher for the Griffons in 2013 behind the plate. He caught Missouri Western Hall of Famer Brandon Simmons. At the plate, Jake hit .248, had 37 hits on the season. Congratulations, Jake. Andy Reith was a catcher and was a freshman that was redshirted in 2013. Andy couldn't be here tonight. Congratulations, Andy. Tony Loeffler was a catcher for Coach Verduzco for 2 seasons. During that time, he picked up an All-MIAA honorable mention as well as the Rawlings ABCA D2 Defensive Player of the Year. Following his senior season, he joined the Griffon coaching staff as an assistant in 2013. Congratulations and welcome back, Tony Loeffler. Last but not least, Buzz Verduzco is the baseball all-times wins leader at Missouri Western. He is also ranked number 2 in all-time MIAA wins. He was responsible for assembling this amazing group of men standing before you. In his 14th season, guiding the 2013 Griffons to their first ever MIAA championship, Coach Verduzco was named MIAA Coach of the Year. Congratulations, Coach Verduzco. Will you accept on behalf of the team?
Griff, stay there. Stay there. Don't believe me. I want to thank my wife and Tracy and my son Chaz. Where's Sarah? Sarah's back there for attending. Probably the toughest person here is Cassidy for enduring Chad Edwards for X amount of years. Okay, and who can have it better than me being next door to Jennifer? Jennifer, by the way, is Jennifer Bagley. I think I'm the only one who calls her Jennifer. And next to Chad Edwards, both shared office space. This team for me was absolutely amazing. I could go on and on. I mean, Ryan has done such a tremendous job of being able to show, at least statistically, what these gentlemen did for 1 year, 1 season. Actually, it was 2 seasons. In 2012 is when they got there, and Coach Freeborn was the person who helped me assemble, even before Coach Loft took over in 2013. And they're from all over. I mean, all these kids here are from all over. They're not just, we have kids from North Dakota, Fink's from Oregon. I mean, we're all over the place. And so for us to be able to assemble kids from all over made it unique for us. There were some Kansas City kids in here, but it was just a tremendous year for us and what they did. But, you know, as we kind of moved throughout the course of that season, or let me rewind. Back in 2012, we started our first practice when this team got here, and one of the kids who helped us, it's not illegal, but Spencer Shockley helped us get Michael Schultz here to our team. And so we have our very first practice, and Mike's hitting in the cage, and first round of BP, and he proceeds to hit 4 rollover ground balls to second base. And I looked at Loft, and I said, hey, I thought you said this guy could hit. Okay, and Loft said, oh, no, this guy can hit. Well, National Player of the Year, a year and a half later, proved me wrong for sure. But what they were able to accomplish and how they went about it, and each individual player, Brandon Simmons, I mean, what he was able to do over a 4-year span, and Bubba, just the meanest guy we had. Nobody wanted to mess with him. He was just unbelievable. Rambler here, he's bigger than the field house. He's about 6'7". Hawkins, I mean, he was our jokester for us and just kept us loose. Who else we got? Simpson here, he came in, he got the nickname being the mayor. The mayor of St. Joe because of his role with the Mustangs, and then him coming on and doing what he did for us as we move forward. But it was just tremendous for us, and I think, and obviously Grant, you know, what he was able to accomplish for us, and everything through this team, they were really, really close. That was one thing. I think some of the teams out here who are with us tonight. Sometimes that becomes a pretty good tell-all of what the team is going to be like. And they were jokesters. They kept the game light. But when it was time to play, when it was time to compete, there was no better team that we ever had here to be able to do that. And, you know, they were locked in. They were really locked in. And it was funny because I think Chaz now is the coach at Mankato, who, by the way, eliminated us in their regional that year in 2013. Jake Schrader, where's Jake at? Okay, Jake hit what we thought was the walk-off home run. I mean, it was hit a mile. They called it foul, and I'm still pissed about that. It should have been a home run. He knew it, but at the same time, as this team kind of assembled and we kind of moved forward, nobody was a better assistant coach to me than Coach Loff. And Loff was able to be my right-hand man throughout the course of that season. And you got to remember, it was his first year. It was his first year coaching, so it was new to him too. But the personality and the players loving to be able to play for him and under him and take what he knew as far as the game. I know Jake benefited from having Loff be his catching coach. The pitching staff was an under 4 ERA, which Tom was responsible for. And him being able to do that year was just remarkable. And over the span of 16 seasons, I had Coach Freeborn and I had Coach Loeffler. Okay, so I had two unbelievable assistant coaches, and in this case, Coach Loff, who helped me through this season, was remarkable. And so it was incredible. But I'm very proud of this team because I think there was a lot of people kind of say, well, Missouri Westerners, they can't win it. They're not this, they're not that. And in 2012, we were eliminated, actually kept out of the South Central region back then, and we didn't make it to the regional. And our guys were a little pissed. And so when they came back, they had a little bit of chip on their shoulder as far as what they were going to do in 2013. And just how they went about the game, and watching Sean Egge hit our center fielder hit a routine fly ball to center field and absolutely sprinting out of the box into second base, knowing that the fly ball is going to be caught. But that's the way the team played. And so those kind of things are the things that I remember as it relates to what these guys represented and what us as coaches, us as leaders of Missouri Western during that time try to build and try to hopefully instill in them. But they were all in. I mean, they were all in everything that we did. But even as we move forward and went into the next chapter for them, let me just say this. I got to put my glasses on because I'm getting old. This is what they're doing now, okay? Combat control for the U.S. Air Force, commercial lender for a major bank, head baseball coach, okay, / teacher, hitting coordinator for the Cleveland Guardians, construction worker, lawyer / head baseball coach, which by the way is state championship. That's Hollander. Where's Hollander at? Raise your hand, Hollander. Okay. He's smart. He's the smartest guy out of all these dudes. Okay. Senior superintendent for a major construction company. Utility journeyman. Highway products distributor to Texas Department of Transportation. Digital creator and finance specialist. Terminal manager that oversees 3 major trucking companies. Freight broker for e-shipping. Regional sales manager for Gray Manufacturing out of here, St. Joe, who he lives in South Carolina. Where's Mason at? Okay. And controller for Redstone Logistics. This is just, as you're looking at them, and all the athletes out here, you don't ever think you're going to get old, okay? You're never going to get to this position. You will, okay? But you're going to be as successful, if not more, because of what Missouri Western was able to instill. And it's not just us. I mean, it's not just me for this team. It's the coaches I'm next to throughout my time when I'm here. And we see each other in the hallway, and we're laughing and giggling, and we're rooting each other on. And it's a big-time community. And these guys jumped all in to be able to do that. And I'm grateful for that. And I love you guys. You guys are the best. Couple things. One, in 2000, maybe 2012, I think, we decided that we're gonna name a Griff Up Award for baseball. We're going to do that, okay? And it's important to us to kind of recognize that player that had the ideals, the values, the work ethic, the humility, the best teammate. And notice it had nothing to do with whether they were a great player, a starter, or anything like that. It had to do with what type of person they were and what they represented. And during that year, we said, okay, who can the award? We got to have a name for the award. So who can the award be named after? And so we decided, no brainer for me. Me and Love talked about it. Harrison Cobb Griff Up Award is what we named it. Okay? And Harrison Cobb today, where are you, Harry? Okay? By the way, Harrison Cobb is a cancer attacker. He's not a cancer survivor. He's a cancer attacker who beat cancer, okay, over the last couple years, and we're forever grateful that he was ever a part of us. But it's named now the Harrison Cobb Griff Up Award that we had for him. So Harrison Cobb, please, for him. You know, what you're seeing here, there's a lot of people who aren't here, of course, but I'll end with this. Up here you have 18 husbands, 18 fathers, 30 future Griffins, 30 kids. 30, goodness sakes, it's 11 years. 30 kids, okay? Leading the charge, Spencer Shockley with 5, okay? Raise your hand, Shockley. Yeah, attaboy. Attaboy. Okay. He's got a third of everybody. That's goodness. That's crazy. Okay. The other thing I will say, and when you get older, and I know Jennifer probably could tell you this too. When we get older as parents, sorry, Jennifer, and we think about things and what they mean. Okay. We think about them from the parent perspective, probably more so than coaches, and more from the parent perspective. And so parents of our players, will you raise your hand? Parents of our players who are here today, there's a few of you, okay? What I want you guys to know is I want you guys to know that you did it exactly right. This is what you were able to create and build and instill in your sons. Okay, and I know there's wives here that they came, and all 7 kids of Shockleys are here, and so, okay, everything, parents, you did it exactly right, and I'm so thankful that you allowed them to be part of us, and this night, and Missouri Western, and all the people who helped us get there. You know, I often listen to Zach Workman, who speaks a lot about what the future is when you leave. That's the reason I wanted to talk about what they're doing now, because athletes here, you're going to be leaving soon. We don't know when that is. I mean, with the way the transfer thing is now, who knows how many years you're going to play. Okay, but down the road, you're going to be gone from Missouri Western. Never forgotten, okay? But it's important that you remember where you came from. And I always respected Zach for saying that every time he was up here. Because it does get there, okay? But I want the team here to know that was proud of you. Proud of you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2024 Hall of Fame inductees, the 2013 Griffon baseball team. A baseball player who helped pave the way for success of the 2013 team we just met almost never made it to Missouri Western. Troy Landi was a great high school athlete at Blue Springs High School who helped his basketball team to the state championship game where they finished runner-up. Troy had already taken steps to attend K-State with plans for a career in architecture when a last-minute Coach Verduzco swayed him to become a rare four-year player for the Griffons. His athleticism showed up in the records Landi established at Missouri Western. Check out that lead from first base. With leads like that and Troy's speed, it's no surprise that Landi is a top Griffon base stealer, owning the top three marks in team history, 30, 30, and 28. Troy had plenty of power to go with that speed, as 14 home runs in 2009 is tied for first. Troy crossed the plate 62 times in 2009, good for a tie for fourth. As an extremely productive four-year player, Troy is listed frequently in the Missouri Western career record book. 765 at-bats, 193 runs scored, and 253 hits remain number one in all-time marks. 22 home runs, 40 doubles, and 14 triples are ranked number 3 all-time, with 111 RBIs showing up ranks number 5 all-time. 4 seasons played with the Griffons and 3 seasons recognized by opposing coaches as an all-MIAA performer in the outfield. Troy was voted second team in both 2007 and 2008, while snagging first-team honors in 2009, his senior season. The postseason honors continued for Troy as he was honored when South Central Region ballots named him to the All-South Central Region second team following the 2009 season. Troy's parents, Dad Ralph and Mom Karen, have been there for all of Troy's athletic pursuits, from t-ball games to his rise to high school standout. Proud parents in the Griffon stands, Karen and Ralph, are here tonight to see yet another honor. Troy and Judy currently make their home in Florida. They have been married for 12 years and are excited to be here with friends, family, and former teammates for Troy's recognition tonight. Troy graduated from Missouri Western in the spring of 2009, earning his degree in construction engineering technology. Since 2012, he has worked for the international package delivery company FedEx. He is currently an operations supervisor. Troy made it a habit to give back to the community that he resides in. His philanthropy began before he and Jody moved to Florida, but with great golf courses in Florida, he evolved into a golf tournament he sponsors, the FXF Cup. Local charities benefit from all of his efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2024, Hall of Fame member, Mr. Troy Landi.
Oh, not so fast.
All right, wow. Bear with me for a minute, as I'm not used to being at the bottom of the lineup. Spent most of my 4 years here as a leadoff batter. Wasn't prepared for this. When I say this is special, it means a lot to me. Maybe not for the things that you're expecting me to say, like I worked hard and I was dedicated all 4 years. That wasn't exactly true, as I come to realize as I've grown. This award is just a lifetime full of experiences that it can't be expressed in words. I'm only a reflection of all the people that have guided me along the way. So before I go sit back down, I'd like to give out a few thank yous. First, I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame Selection Committee. Thank you for waiting 15 years. But seriously, without that time, I'm not sure if I could have gained the life experience that I needed to comprehend the magnitude of this moment for me. Next, I'd like to thank the man who brought me to St. Joe, Buzz. As you could tell from his last speech, he poured his life and soul into every team he had every year, right? That 2013 team, I didn't follow them during their journey, but their accolades alone is amazing. Please, if you give them another round of applause. I was floored by all their accomplishments. I take a little pride coming before them and knowing that hopefully I established a foundation that led them to where they were able to go. If I could, I want to point out a few people in the back here that were a part of that. P, if you could stand up. He played here, he coached here. He also was part of that foundation. Gilly, fellow Hall of Famer, 2017 class, part of that foundation. And Sam Walker, they were all able to join us. Shortstop, amazing shortstop. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. I'm not sure if Buzz knew he stole me from K-State, but I was enrolled, I had books. I was all but given up on baseball when he found me. I think it was the last week of summer baseball. I think this was the only campus visit I took for baseball, period. I was set on going to K-State. I can honestly say without Buzz, my life would be different. I wouldn't have met my wife. I wouldn't have met my friends that are still around to this day. And most importantly, I'd probably be still paying on those K-State loans. So thank you. Then there's my wife, Jody. We spent all 4 years together here at Missouri Western, but she only saw me play one baseball game. And it wasn't even here at Missouri Western. It was years after I'd left at I think it was an alumni game. But she's still my biggest cheerleader and my biggest supporter. And I couldn't be standing up here today with confidence if it wasn't for her. Through her, she's given me the confidence that I didn't have when I was younger. And I know these roles will be reversed soon when she's recognized for all her successes. Thank you. And finally, see if I can get through this, I'd like to thank my parents. Thank you guys for always being there. You worked, you provided, but yet you were still there, always. I didn't understand how much of a feat that was until I've lived a life of my own. I have a career of my own, and thank you for that. You know, whether it was helping coach in Little League out on the field or throwing sunflower seeds at me from the stands, you guys were always there. Without you, I wouldn't know the value of sacrifice and hard work. Without you, I wouldn't know commitment and loyalty. Without you, I wouldn't be the grateful man that I am standing here today. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Troy, on your selection in the Missouri Western Hall of Fame. Nearly everyone in the room can say they know our final inductee tonight, either personally or by reputation. Brett Esely is certainly one of the most unique individuals ever inducted into the Missouri Western Hall of Fame. He doesn't know a stranger, is never without a smile, is always quick to shake your hand and ask how you are. These qualities and many others led to more than 2 decades of Brett improving the lives of student athletes at Missouri Western. While it's true Brett's formal career at Missouri Western spanned 21 years, there is a backstory to tell. Brett's love of sports and Missouri Western began much earlier with his father, Frank, taking him to Missouri Western events. Neither Brett nor Frank could have known an entire career would grow from those important early father-son outings. The catalog of Brett's accomplishments at Missouri Western is far bigger than time or space here allows. You can, however, see the depth and breadth of all in this brief synopsis. Athletes earn accolades for their performance. Well, so do athletic administrators. When Esely was selected as tournament director of a D2 Women's Elite Eight or D2 Softball Championship or MIAA Basketball Committee Chair, it's because he's among the very best at what he does. For instance, the Kansas City Chiefs represent an enormously important relationship with the university, and Brett had oversight responsibility for the on-campus training camp. Brett accomplished a great deal on campus and was often recognized for it. Under Brett's leadership, the Charity Golf Classic set 4 straight fundraising records. In 2017, Brett was the recipient of the Dr. Scanlon Award for Staff Service to the community. Then in 2020, the Alumni Association bestowed the prestigious Great Griffon Award on Brett for his outstanding contributions. The St. Joseph News Press then named Brett 20 Who Count in 2021. President Elizabeth Kennedy captured Brett's contributions perfectly, saying, "Brett has been an integral part of Griffon athletics for more than 2 decades and has helped elevate our department for what it is today." Brett is St. Joseph through and through. Esely graduated from Central High School and immediately walked on the campus that would shape him and in turn be shaped by him. Brett graduated from Missouri Western in 2001 after having earlier joined the staff of Hall of Fame basketball coach Tom Smith. He then made a pivotal decision, leaving a potential coaching career where he was part of 64 wins, multiple MIAA championships, and NCAA appearances, to move into athletics administration. Brett later furthered his education, earning a master's degree from the United States Sport Academy in 2006. How many people can say they have had a day set aside to honor their contributions? Well, Brett is someone who has been honored in that way by the city of St. Joseph. If Brett Esely is anything, he is a devoted family man. He will tell you one of the factors considered in his decision to leave Missouri Western and assume his current duties as St. Joseph Convention and Visitors Bureau was an opportunity for time with family. Brett and his lovely bride, Kate, have been married for 19 years. Kate, along with son Dax and daughter Ashton, join him tonight. Brett maintains strong relationships with the people he both learned from and those he mentored over his 2 decades as a Griffon. People like Charlie Burry, Bob Orff, Nick McCutcheon, Dave Riggert, and Ryan Minley, and so many others that have been pillars in his life and career. Although his career has taken Brett and his family down new roads, they are forever Griffons. Brett began a new career challenge in 2022 with the St. Joseph Convention and Visitors Bureau in the role of Director of Development Sports Commission. This role allows him to focus on 2 great loves, promoting St. Joseph and advancing the sports culture here. In just 2 short years, Esely has breathed new life into the Sports Commission and has led the revitalization of the St. Joseph Area Hall of Fame. One example is the city hosting the 2023 and 2024 NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Elite Eight in partnership with Missouri Western State University. Other major successful initiatives include bringing Division I women's basketball here with the Bill Snyder Classic, Mischief football and volleyball championships on the Missouri Western State University campus, and the Division II Women's Basketball Central Region Showcase. Sounds an awful lot like the start of another successful 20-year career. Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2024 Hall of Fame member, Mr. Brett Esely.
So this podium is still the same size as it was the last time I left it, so hopefully you can see me. As you know, I'm not a very big guy, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say, how is everybody doing tonight? Are we having a good time? Wonderful evening. Elite class. Congratulations, everybody. I'm honored to say I was a little part of all of your careers. I saw you play, in most cases take off to touchdown. And I think I've enjoyed just the opportunity to catch up with all of you tonight. Some of you I knew very well. Some of you I didn't know very well at all, but always fun to catch up and catch up on memories. I want to thank my good friends Benny Rogers and Kirk Clark for presenting tonight's Hall of Fame presentation. Proud supporters of Missouri Western State University, and I appreciate all your support of the commission, but more importantly, I appreciate your friendship and look forward to the next time we get an opportunity to catch up. I want to introduce my family. They're at table 3, my wife Kate, Dax, Ashton, my father-in-law, Dave and Jeannie, my father, Frank Esely's here tonight, my best friends, Michael Thornton and Chad Wallerstedt. I'd also be remiss if I didn't recognize my work family at table 10. I see you there. Ron Hook always brings me donuts on Brett Esely Day. You've got that in your calendar, don't you? I also want to recognize Marcy Bennett, Gary Hazelrig, Jeannie Daffer, Sorry, I got choked up here. Ryan Dow, Mary Supple, and Jolene Dempster's here tonight as well. So I've been thinking a lot. How in the world did I get here? Well, there's probably a lot of answers to that, but I circle back to this. It is, and we say this a lot, we've said this a lot in 2 decades. We talked about this all the time, and you've heard it tonight, but it is about the people, folks. It's about the people. It's about the people you work with. It's about the people you grind with. It's about your family. And there are a lot of people that wanted to see Brett Esely be successful, and I'm thankful for that. This last week, I reached out to a couple people who I hadn't seen or talked to, quite frankly, in a long, long time. A lot of you in this room will not know this name. Some of you will. The old-timers, the OGs in the room, will know the name Pat Madden, Griffon Sports Information Director, 1998. So that was my second semester here, fall of 1998. I was very young in my academic career, still really didn't want to know what I wanted to do. I did a 25-hour internship with the Sports Information Department. My job on football game days was to take handwritten drive charts to the radio booths, call other press boxes for halftime scores, who calls anyone these days, and fax box scores to the local media outlets. I can't even use a fax machine, but that was my job. I thought it was the greatest job in America because I was here on game day, I was at Missouri Western, and I was a part of the game. Dr. Kennedy, I appreciate your kind comments about me being an athlete. Let's be honest. Let's just call it what it is. But I wanted to find a way to be a part of the game. And so I always wanted to coach. I am forever grateful to Coach Tom Smith, who's here this evening, because not only did I get to watch a number of Coach Smith's wins, but I also got to sit right next to him and Coach Mike Nicholson for 64 wins, a couple of banners. I've got some great photos, lifelong memories. There's a lot of days where I wish I was still doing that. But more importantly, and we truly say it's not about the wins and losses, but what I learned from Coach Smith and Coach Nick was how to treat people. How to treat people. I watched them do this every day. I got to go to the Final Four a couple of times. That's where the coaches convention is, the NABC coaches convention. And I always watch Coach Nick buy bags full of T-shirts. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Well, he came back and gave them to his colleagues and gave them to people that had grinded with us all year because he knew 2 things. Number 1, people matter. But number 2, and I've learned this a lot, we were going to need a lot of favors from people. We were going to need the doors unlocked. We were going to need the lights turned on. We were going to need a transcript evaluated for recruiting well after hours because we always needed it yesterday. But if you love people, you make them feel special, well, those people are more apt to help you out. And I learned that tremendously. Mark Linder, Director of Athletics, Griffon's 2003 to 2007, took a chance on me and hired me in a role that I had no experience for. He hired me as the compliance officer. If there was a job in the department I didn't want, it was that one. But I took it and absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. You know why? Because I got to work with our coaches and I got to know our student athletes really well. Really well. But my skill set was probably better served in 2007 to get on the external side of our operation, and so I did that. Those of you that have never met me before haven't realized one thing, is I've got a pretty loud voice for a small guy. And so I got the opportunity to promote the Griffons, day, night, 365 days a year. And I really thoroughly enjoyed that. I was proud of it. And I live by a quote that we talk about a lot. I used it in the podcast that was released earlier this afternoon, and that was, make the big time where you're at. Ryan Menley and I talk about that all the time. Nick McCutcheon and I talk about that all the time. Justin Grubb and I talk about that all the time. Make the big time where you're at. We really have something special here at Missouri Western. I remember when our facilities here, I don't know that they were the worst in the MIAA, but they were pretty darn close. I remember many a cold day playing softball out front of Spratt Stadium. How many people in this room even knew we played softball out front of Spratt Stadium? Probably not very many. Well, guess what now? I don't know that our facilities are the best, but they're pretty darn close to being the best. We've got a lot of great things to promote. The other thing is I worked with a number of people here behind the scenes that probably didn't get recognized a lot, probably don't get a lot of credit, but I can tell you this, they made our department look great, and they saved my bacon a lot. our friends in campus printing, Jenna, Debbie, the crew in campus printing who brought us to life and, again, always delivered things that I personally needed the day before, but always did it. The admissions office, the registrar's office, the financial aid office, all offices that we worked with daily. They would take a call from me, and there was a point in time where I thought they're never going to take my call again. They're tired of hearing from me, but they always took it, and they always went the extra mile to help us out, and that's what it's all about. There are some folks in this room that I am forever grateful for. I've shared a few of those. I want to share a few more. Patsy Smith's sitting here, right next to Coach Smith. It's funny how things come full circle. Patsy is my board chairperson for the St. Joseph, Missouri Sports Commission. I'm forever grateful for your support, your guidance, and again, I appreciate all you've done for me throughout my career. Rick Leahy is sitting right here to my right. Rick Leahy and I have, we've worked a few events together, haven't we? We're working one right now. I've had some of the dumber moments in my life around Rick Leahy, and his very first question to me always is, Brett, did you turn it on? The answer to that question a lot was no. But Rick, thank you very much. Appreciate all you do. My graduate assistants, a number of them aren't here tonight. Chris Kerford, Ian Stone, Ryan Hand, Justin Grubb, Corey Hentz during the COVID year, Bree Blanton. I've stayed in touch with almost all of these folks. Talk about people that have made me look way better than I ever deserved, but those people have definitely done that. A lot of other colleagues that meant a lot to me. Myron Unziker is here tonight. I know he's meant a lot to a lot of us. The late Doug Minnis. Jerry Partridge has been talked about a lot here tonight. Hall of Fame broadcaster Bob Orff. Talk about people that you spend a lot of time with, maybe more time with in your family. Bob and I had the good pleasure of driving really all across the Midwest and literally flying all over the country to cover the Griffons on the radio. I would drive out, Bob would drive back, he would drink Code Red Mountain Dew and spit sunflower seeds all over the car. But you can imagine what a 6-hour ride back from Edmond, Oklahoma, and the comments that would come out of that. And I still talk to Bob a lot. In fact, I reached out to him this week. Lover of George Dickel and Budweiser beer, Bob Orff. Forever grateful for Bob. Another quote that I live by every day, and I never knew what it meant until I got in my new role. We hired Dr. Josh Looney in 2018. Dr. Looney is a good friend of mine, good mentor of mine. But when he interviewed here, he had this quote in his resume that I looked at a lot of people, and I'm like, man, what planet is this guy from? Where did he get this? But I think about it every day in my role, and it was simply, now think about this, this is really deep. Wage war on the status quo every day. That's pretty deep. But I really never knew what that meant until I got in my current role at the St. Joseph Convention and Visitors Bureau in trying to, again, create and attract folks to our city, but not only that, but find fit and niche. And I think we found some of that, and we continue to do that. In closing, I want to thank our Hall of Fame committee. I'm on that committee. I assure you this vote wasn't rigged. I didn't vote for me. But I know how hard those people work. I'm proud to call all those folks friends. I've known many of those folks for a number of years. I want to thank my wife. We met here. I've still got the scar on my thumb to show it. The scores table that I dropped on my thumb in 2001 at a basketball camp and didn't bleed that much, but I thought I was going to die. She saved me, and I guess you could say the rest was history. But I want to leave everybody with this. Again, make the big time where you're at. Make an impact. Do what others won't. And if you do those things, you've got a great chance to be successful. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations, Brett, on your selection to the Missouri Western Hall of Fame. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've met the Missouri Western State University Hall of Fame class of 2024. Inductees, as your name is called, please stand one last time and remain standing until all inductees have been mentioned. Dr. Natalie Bird, Mr. Brett Esely, Ms. Cassidy Menke, Mr. Troy Landi, Mr. Macon Allen, Mr. Grant Fink, 2016 Griffon softball team, and the 2013 Griffon baseball team. All right, we're just about done. We need to talk about tomorrow. Again, thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for letting me MC. It's always been a pleasure to do this. And tomorrow, kickoff for Griffon football against University of Central Oklahoma is tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Hall of Fame ring induction ceremony will take place at halftime of the game. All inductees, both individuals and team members, are requested to please report to Scott Graham at the southwest end of the track opposite the large video board with 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. I will try to remind you all during the game as I'll be on the PA mic. So my last act as MC is to ask Gold Coat President Zach Workman to the podium for a few words.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for everybody being here. Macon, I do remember that small town that you grew up from and graduated from. We only graduated there a few years apart. Glad you're here. Congratulations to all the inductees. The one thing I try to remember is that, you can go away and you can have great success. You can do all those things in life that you want to do, but you are still a Griffon. And always keep that in your mind. No matter where you are, no matter how many children you have, no matter what you want to do, you are still a part of Missouri Western. It's so important to have you back because now you can see what you've missed, right? Look at all this around you, how much it's grown. Look at the campus. Look at the people around you. All those things have made a difference because you helped lay the foundation for that. And so it's great to have you back and be a part of that. I've been very blessed over many years to be a part of Missouri Western Gold Coat. I think it's no different than any other board or any team or anything else that you're involved with as an individual. You have to surround yourself with good people. And those good people, we talk about that all night long, about how important people are in your life. And I'm blessed to be around the Gold Coat board, and I'd like to, if you would not mind, please stand up and be recognized, the Gold Coat board that I have a chance to serve with. Please, stand up. They work very tirelessly. This is not a paying job. We do things because we love to do it, love to be around it. But you ask for someone to do something, the Gold Coat board's always there. They're always willing to lend a hand. There are two individuals I do want to recognize. I know this is kind of recognition night a little bit, but there are two individuals on our board who have played an instrumental part for many, many years. Many years. Nancy Black, if you please stand first, if you would. Nancy has been on our board for 32 years. 32 years. And she does a great job. And she was actually, at one point in time, she also led as a president of the Gold Coat Club. We are blessed to have her. I tell you, if there's ever a hand that goes up and says she will volunteer, it's always Nancy Black, for sure. So Nancy, thank you so much. The next person is actually also here, and he has been here 26 years. Lyle Smith. Where are you at, Lyle? Please stand. Yeah. And so the reason I bring that to your attention is that with any organization, you have to have stability. And you have to have people who care, who want to be there, who want to serve, and they have been kind of that ideal person that you want to try to be like. And we thank them so much for all they do, for sure. So thank you. You can't be, and I think we've talked about this briefly, and I'm trying to marry this all together. So we talked about briefly of how important it is to have your university behind you in athletics. Dr. Kennedy, the Board of Governors, we can't do this without your guide and your support. We're all kind of married together into this. And we try to make sure we do our part to uphold our end, to raise funds and do those things, but we can't do without you being there first. So thank you so much for what you do. Within that also, too, we are blessed every month. Our athletic department, we meet once a month. Andy Carter, Teresa, Ryan, Ashley, they're the four administrators who kind of always come to our meetings and who always are there to give us information, to share the little tidbits, to maybe get our insight on some things as well. And I know sometimes their times go unwarranted. They seem like they just do it and it's simply done. But I know it takes time and effort out of their jobs to come meet with us, to be a part of our organization. So wherever you are out there, Teresa, I know Andy's not here, but Teresa, Ryan, of course, thank you so much, and Esely. Guys, give them a round if you would, please. The last little group thing is Rogers Pharmacy, obviously. We thank you so much for all that you guys do. We thank you for being a part of this. You go back several years. And the reason I say all this is that everybody that I've mentioned tonight, we're all in this together. We're all a part of this. Gold Coat Club was founded in 1969 by our dear friend, and God bless, still with us, Charlie Burry, who went to 4 people and asked for $250. And that's how it got started, for 4 people. We now are almost on the verge of 400 people who continue to give and support Missouri Western along the way. For those of you who are members of the Gold Coat Club, we thank you so much for being a part of something special. Our goal is to try to give student athletes the same opportunities that we had when we were growing up and we went through athletics. Little did we know the people were behind the boards, behind the rooms, calling people, trying to raise money, because we always thought the money was always there. Well, it's not. And so because we can go out and contact people and they have that same feeling about Missouri Western athletics, as these individuals up here have shared, we're able to raise some pretty good funds. Our needs are higher. Money doesn't go as far. You all know that just from your own life. But for those who are, we thank you. For those who are not, we hope that someday you'll join us to be a part of this something special. To be a part of something that has given athletes the opportunity to be successful so that in time they can come back and give back to us. Because I've said before, and many times you people have heard me say, if you're not giving, you're taking too much. And so I want you to learn that give back something. Always come back and be a part of Missouri Western. My last thank you is to Scott Graham. And I know, Scotty, where you at, buddy? Please give a round of hand to Scott Graham. He will say nothing that you notice. He's always in the background, but he is going 100 miles an hour. And this is his project. He spends hours on it. He enjoys it. He loves it. He's dedicated to it. So all the things that you see it happening tonight, he has speared. So I thank you so much. Again, I thank you so much all for being here. It is a great night to be a Griffon. We love Missouri Western. We love what it's doing. We love where it's going. Our past is our future. And I think it's important that one thing last is that never forget where you've been, because then you can never appreciate where you are. Thank you very much.
I always end up in this unenviable spot of being between you and being able to go home. And I also follow Zach every year, and he always says about half the things I wanted to say. So I'm going to repeat a few of them, and we'll see how it goes. To the Rogers family, we so appreciate your involvement and your support and what you do to make this event possible. To Dr. Kennedy, without the support of your office and you, athletics here would not be what it is, and we thank you. As you look at the kind of the years of service of our inductees, I really come to the opinion that it was really the golden age of Griffon athletics. We had coaches and relationships that with each other, and Coach Partridge has been mentioned tonight, and of course Tom Smith has been mentioned tonight, and others that I'm not mentioning, but Coach Verduzco and Coach Bagley. We were at a period of time when coaches stuck around and built the programs, and college athletics are a little bit different now, and this was really a good time and a good place. To the inductees, I'm the guy that sent you all the emails, all the texts, and all the phone calls, and I hope after experiencing tonight you think it was worth it. And You won't hear from me again for a while. I know it's been a long evening, but I do hope you feel it was a special evening for each of you inductees, and also for all the people that support the inductees. I know Coach Verduzco asked a show of hands of parents and other support people. None of these folks would be up here tonight without the support they received along the way. Speaking of support, our Hall of Fame committee is a hard-working group, just like the board is for Zach. And I'm not going to name them all, but if everybody here that's on the Hall of Fame committee would stand up for just a second and be recognized, this event wouldn't happen without all their help. Thanks to Curtis for the job you did behind the mic, and thanks to Ryan for having a great partnership through putting this event together. It's been fun. Lastly, thanks to Andy, to Teresa, and the entire athletics administration. They're fun. They're genuinely fun folks to work with. They're genuinely out for the best interest of the athlete, and it's, I think, why we all do what we do as far as putting this on. A couple of last things here. I guess that's Zach's picture on the wall.
Caller.
Let's see. I'd like to take a moment just to express appreciation to several Hall of Fame committee members for their generosity that underwrite the rings that we'll be giving out to the individual inductees tomorrow. Zach and Mary Workman. Zach's a member of the Hall of Fame, class of 91. Howard and Beth McCauley. Howard's been with the Hall of Fame committee as long as anybody and is instrumental in several of the subcommittees that make it work. Myself, my wife, Tom and Patsy Smith, Hall of Fame members, class of 2006 and 2017 respectively. Myron and Connie Unziker. Myron's a class of 2009. And Jerry and Linda Myers. Jerry's a member of the Hall of Fame class of 2001. A special thank you to you guys for making this possible. I'd like to once again thank our table sponsors. The placards are on the table. It's so important to the event. Let's see. A couple of last thank yous. The Missouri Western Alumni Association, I don't know if Kim is here. Kim's a part of our committee, but I think she has an opportunity to spend time with grandchildren tonight, so she's not here. But they sponsored the reception that you all attended downstairs and are very loyal supporters. Thanks to Hy-Vee for our fall decorations. And again, can we just have one more round of applause for Rogers Pharmacy and the Rogers family? I know that it's been a long night, but I hope you feel it's been a fun night. If we could get all the inductees to make their way up to the front, maybe in this area for some pictures, that would please a lot of people. So thank you all for being here. Really appreciate the support.